重新开了，我已经在播了。
哦，那个帧率可以调低一点，至少说。
我已经开始播了。Hey guys, how about now? Is the buffering a little better? All right. Before this, we tried to switch the network, but it did not work out. So the previous live stream stopped. So we're going to stick with this network this time. And then, sorry guys, we're trying really hard to get a good network for the for live stream, but it's really hard for us to get the right network for this kind of job. So, and this time, please bear with us. We're going to go through this live stream this time. So we really don't want to miss the live stream every week. We're trying to make this as a routine every, let's say, Friday, maybe around 2 p.m. In China, and it could, get more people from all over the world to join the live stream here. So thank you again for joining this live stream with us. All right. So if the video is still stuck or it's not quite smooth, you can try to turn off the video and try to talk about these things in the chat, right? Because we have me will be talking nonstop, and then our colleague will answer answer some of your questions here, right? Sorry if you are experiencing heavy buffering. So this is we right now we cannot do much about it. So yeah, that's just to do it this way this time, and then we promise we will try to do better next time. Thank you. Now back to the live stream, and this time we're going to talk about the OnePlus Ace 3 Pro and the OnePlus Watch 2 global version, OnePlus 2R, and the OnePlus Pad this time. All right. I know you might be concerned about some other phones or some of the questions, but let's try to focus on the OnePlus product this time, because that's what we're going to do. And just to answer the question from Alo again, if you want the Foldable to be really, really thin, just like some of the, let's say, the normal phones, you can choose Honor Magic V3. And if you want something that's more all around the flagship foldable, you can choose Vivo X Fold 3 Pro, right? So that's just put it that way. So, and a question from Means, you ask about the Oxygen OS on OnePlus is better than the Color OS. Currently, it's we don't have any. Let's say there aren't that much difference between them, right? Because we see that the global version, the systems, they prefer to go the simple way, right? So some of the features from the Color OS are not on the Oxygen OS, right? because I would say some of the let's say the features are tailored for global consumers, right? But for the ColorOS, there are a lot of stuff in there, right? If you have your hands on the phone with the ColorOS, you can see that. But that's almost the same for every Chinese version system. Okay. So, cybercrime, you asked about the Android OEMs bootloader. So, me personally, I would say that it's about the, let's say, the market strategy, right? Because some of them may have, let's say, local dealer to carry their phones, right? To sell the, let's say, difference in that. So they must do something to prevent, let's say, some of the unwanted acts on those phones that are selling phones, right? So the unlock bootloader may not be able to it may not be a thing that can be available to many people, right? Uh, Yanko Kita, sorry about the name again. So, will the new OnePlus devices allow unlocking the bootloader? Can you be more specific about the question? Why you want the bootloader to be unlocked? The next question, Dashka, what is the best budget OnePlus watch? Actually, um, there are not many watches in the OnePlus lineup, right? So uh, if you can choose the let's say the older one, that would be the budget one, presumably. So, but the OnePlus Watch 2 we've tested, so um, I think it's looking experience some of the let's say the lack of uh, features in. But if it's for regular use, it's this perfect, right? It's perfect. You see all those watch faces on in our review. That's a lot of beautiful watch faces in there. So you can say, make your watch look much more to your tastes, right? You're welcome, Alo. Yeah, you've asked a very valuable question, and we're happy to answer that. Okay, I just have one more point to add to the question why Android OEMs does not are removing the bootloader, let's say the feature. So the ColorOS has been updating really fast, so you can have more features on them, right? So that's the one important feature of the new OS right now, right? They're updating really fast, so that's a good thing actually. So you don't need to do a lot of let's say real customized things for yourself, right? So but the real concern that the all those brands have in their mind is about the security, right? So if you unlock it, then you do your own things. You may uh, revolve your let's say warranty, and also some of the let's say the new things you've done to the device. It may damage the device, right? So that's the second thing, right? So it all depends what you want, right? Dami, you asked about what are the new devices from OnePlus. As we just talked about, OnePlus Ace 3 Pro and the OnePlus Watch 2, OnePlus Watch 2R, and also the OnePlus Pad Pro, and they've been released globally, right? The watch, the pad, but there are a Chinese version and global version. So if you want to get the Chinese version, you can head to Geekwheels for your purchase. We have them on the shelf, right? Thank you for the friend from Russia. Yeah, we're happy that you guys are watching our video. So Josh, you asked about why Chinese phone brands make phones that are only China exclusive. We see it as a let's say a complicated thing, right? Because they're Chinese brand, right? They can launch a phone in China in a very quick way, right? They can do all those testing and then all the let's say authorization, something, certificates, that those kind of things really quick, right? And but there are some conflicts between the market, right? So maybe some of the governments want to put up more tax on certain brands, certain things, right? So it's going to be complicated for the brands to launch phones globally, right? So that's the most important thing, right? But some of the phones got released globally, right? But it may delayed for a few months, that's for sure. I don't think we can, you know, do much about it because it's beyond our control, right? But if you know how to, if you let's say you can, let's say know how to use China phone to the best states, and then Chinese version are also good, right? So Demi, you asked about whether Chinese version is better than the global version. To put it into perspective, we would say that some Chinese systems are, let's say, tailored for Chinese people, right? So let's some of the floating windows or some of the drag and drop simple features are tailored for Chinese people because we use some of the services in China a lot, like the food delivery, booking, hotels or flights, those kind of things. They're tailored for Chinese users, right? And because it's, you know, Chinese people may get picky because we get new phones very often, right? So you need to keep up the pace. So you need to update the functions, the features in the Chinese system. So we think that if you can, let's say, deal with some of the ads or let's say backstage app running, then Chinese version is definitely better. But if you want some clean, let's say clean, smooth, less ads version, and then global version could be, you know, a bit better, right? And these are just the let's say the features in the system. But in terms of hardware, usually there shouldn't be any differences between the Chinese version and the global version unless they wanted to do differently, and in terms of the marketing strategy, right? So usually, some of the system are some of the hardware is the same, and some of the bands, right? Let's say the carrier, the bands from the carrier are, let's say, could be different, right? So that's could be the other difference. And the next thing about the Chinese version and the global version is that the region lock, right? Realme has a very strict region lock, so you may not have more options of the Realme phones in your area because they have a very strict, let's say, region lock here. So to summarize, I would say the system Chinese version, it could be a bit better, but the hardware, they are almost the same. And some of the phones or the system, they have a region lock. So that's basically the differences. Problem that has been there for a long time, like Xiaomi's, right? They launched it differently globally and with different names, and cut some features, add some features, and some of the hardware differences. So yeah, that's basically it. So Dave, you're still using Huawei P30 Pro. That's awesome, right? It's good to hear that old devices are running okay nowadays, right? It's a couple of years old, but that's a good thing. And I think the P30 Pro has very good, let's say, the feel holding in the hand, right? Because they're really polished, so it's a good thing. So Alo, you heard that OnePlus Watch does not have a long battery life. It depends how you use it, right? The battery capacity is still big, right? It's definitely better than Apple Watch for sure, right? For let's say a couple of days use, that's perfectly okay. All right, we have a Samsung fan here. The OnePlus Watch 2 or 2R and the OnePlus Pad Pro, right? So if you have any question for these, the questions are welcomed. All right, Mike. I'm glad that you switched to the 12R. That one is also a good phone for daily use. That's good. And I'm surprised that you were using the OnePlus 5T because that's a couple of years old. Well, that's good. OnePlus 100-watt power bank. Not sure. Power bank. Speaking of power bank, we have been testing some of the CookTech, let's say, power bank. They all have high output and a good amount of capacity. So if you're interested in power bank, definitely check out CookTech. Because CookTech was previously one of the sub brand from Xiaomi, and then they are making new, they're doing their own brand and the products, and really good. Check out CookTech. Asha, you said Honor, Xiaomi good, but Samsung is better in software updates, which is true. Samsung has more years of update to in their flagships. That's good. Um, yeah, that's one of the differentiators that Samsung and let's say Google or even iPhone has, right, over some Chinese brands, right? Chinese brands win in overall features and the diversity in the system or the phones, right? So it depends. If you want to try new things, want to have more surprises in the new phones every year, then Chinese phones are better than Samsung and Google, right? All right, about the OnePlus power bank, one thing to add to that, um, we don't have that, but I think it's a new product, and OnePlus fans are waiting for this, has been waiting for this for a long time, and you can check that out. So, Mike, you talk about the battery capacity, right? So, this year, or let's say from last year, Chinese brands are working uh, hard on the new material in the battery. So that's why you're seeing many phones that has over 6,000 medium battery, right? So we're about to see more phones with a bigger battery, even let's say really big battery, so that and still be able to maintain the thickness and the weight in the phone. So that's that's a good thing. Shish, you ask about OnePlus Pad 2 is a good buy for longevity. Yeah, I think about the OnePlus products, I think there are two things that you need to know about this about it. First is that OnePlus is, let's say, has been doing good uh, marketing or service in global market, right? That's their gene uh, for all these years, and that's one thing. And the other thing is that OnePlus is basically still a sub brand from Oppo, right? Oppo has been making good products, so the overall capability and hardware are definitely good, right? So, yeah, that's basically it. But if you talk about some of the features or some of the hardware, if it can last for long, yeah, that's also true because that's the chip, and some of the things are still the newest right now. So it can definitely last for several years from now. So, Ronnie, you ask about the Xiaomi 15 series. So rumors says Xiaomi 15 series may have a classic crater shape for the rear camera decal. So it might be similar to the Oppo Find X5 series, right? So Antonio, you ask about our opinions on the foldables. To answer that question, we have been reviewing a lot of foldables. You can watch our review in our channel because we usually put our thoughts into that. Okay, and again, if you guys want to know more about our thoughts on the foldables, um, the foldables are actually for those who want to have more, let's say, new experience on the phones, because the regular phones are uh, basically shaped the same way. But if you want to try something new, when you want something in the middle of a phone and a tablet, then foldable is perfect, right? Um, but the longevity and some of the let's say app optimization are still in the, let's say, in the process, right? You still need to do a lot to let's say to have all the apps customized for the foldables, right? But this year we're seeing a lot of let's say a lot of new thing being done to, yeah. So Xiaomi Fold 4, it is a really good product because it has been the fourth generation. It's definitely be more polished, right? It'll be definitely more polished. Price, if something is for minorities, right, for only that few people, then the manufacturing cost, some of the let's say the marketing cost will be high. So eventually the price will be high, right? Until the point where a lot of people are using foldables, then the price will come down. Or you can wait for a while to see if you can get some discounts. That's the And also, one thing to add to that is that foldables, they launch at a high price, but for some time later, you may have some discount, right? So Asha, you add another point to the comparison between Chinese phone and Samsung and Google. What is true, if you can have 7 years updates, then you can, let's say, theory, right? In theory, you can use the phone longer, but uh, we also see some of the let's say the evolution of technology, right? The AI, right? In the AI era, you need to have powerful hardware to support AI feature, right? Who can guarantee that the hardware can be, let's say, strong enough to support AI feature, right? That's a question we all need to think about, right? So if it cannot support a 7 years use to to enable you to have a good experience with AI, what's the point of having 7 year updates, right? Thank you, Antonio, for loving our video, and that's also the reason why we're still here. We always post our let's say genuine generic sorry genuine opinion about the products that we review. So yeah. And Len, you asked about OnePlus Nord 4. Yeah, we did not get that one because it was not launched in China, right? But there are a lot of let's say mid-range phones, right? Recently, so you can also have your eye on some other products right now. All right, guys. There are a new phone, a review we're going to post about is the Realme 13 Pro Plus. The full review will come out perhaps today, somewhere today, or this weekend. So if you have some question about that one, you can keep tuned in to find out our thoughts about that one. That one is sort of a let's say mid-range phone with powerful cameras, right? So if you love photography, or if you want to know the features of that one, then keep tuned in. Mr. XYZ, what's OnePlus called in China? What do you mean? The Chinese? You want me to read it in Chinese? All right, guys, thank you for joining the live stream. If you've been enjoying this live stream, you can send the live stream link to your friends right now to ask them to join this live stream to talk about the phones they want or they love. And also, we're trying to maintain a routine to live stream every, let's say, Friday at this point. So make sure that you tuned in every week, right? So going to make it routine. And also, if we have been, we have all the, let's say, the time and the effort to do a second live stream, we'll try to do it again. So why don't you, share this link to your friends right now so more people could hear our thoughts on all the awesome phones from China. Thank you. Anish, you ask about Oppo as a company. Wow, that's a giant company, right? Let's just put it that way. It has all the things you can imagine: the brand, the marketing, the factory. Yeah. What about Honor Magic Fold V3? You can head to our channel to watch the review. Thanks. So, any luck for a new Fold? What do you mean, from a certain brand or foldables in general? Any new products, Poko? Right now, not many news about Poko. All right, Mr. XYZ, you ask about our location. We're in mainland China. Anyway, guys, again, we have talked about many phones right now, so if you have any thoughts, well, you're welcome to, post it in the chat. And then if you want to talk about some other phones, yeah, share them in the chat. So, Putin, you ask about if you will receive any notification problem with the OnePlus China version. Basically, no, because you can install the Google, all the Google things, and the notification push are working regularly, right? Sorry, Derek, about the Poko products. Redmi is going to have. There might be a new Poko phone in that event, so keep tuned in. Also, you can head to our website, gizmochina.com. You can have a lot of the news about the events or some of the new products, right? Yeah, about the OnePlus Open, that was quite a new one, right? Still released last year, so not sure if they will release another next version soon. So, Mr. XYZ, you ask about difference between the China version and global version. As we said earlier, the hardware is basically the same, right? The hardware is basically the same, but there are some features that only available for, let's say, Chinese consumer or some global, right? Like in China, there are a lot of ads in the system, right? But if you want to learn how to deal with that, then China phone is just as good as the global version, right? And global version is known for a simple, clean Android, let's say Android-like experience, right? And other than that, nothing much. So putting where you're located, where you're located, you can share your experience here. So Armin, you tried Galaxy Watch, right? The UI still feels not smooth. Um, might be. All right, since a lot of people ask about the phones, let's say Chinese version and global version, um, let's if you have any more questions about that, we can just talk about them here. Is there any good good mobile phone brand in China that only operates in China, doesn't do business or sell for the global market. For 1 second, I cannot think of any brand that has not been selling. Maybe Meizu, right? It's very important to have fast charging and big battery, but for people around the world, you may focus on some other things, your well-being, right? You may go for a walk, you do something else, and then you might not need that big battery or that fast charging, right? You don't want to be, holding your phone for that long time. So I think Samsung and Apple has been very conservative about the battery and charging, because they think people just don't need it, but they could be wrong, right? Malaysia, not sure. Hello, thank you for your compliment. Jason Marina and CNET and Android Authority, they are good tech media also, right? So, but thank you. We'll take that as a compliment. Funny story that we met people from the MWC 2024. They're good people, and we talked about some of the phones and how we do the review. So we shared a lot of opinions. We also learn from them, right? So Yada, you ask about our view on smaller tablets these days. Um, yeah, Lenovo Y700 is a good tablet as a small tablet, right? And in fact, in our studio, we love small tablets. We are using the iPad Mini as our main tablet to do all kinds of stuff. Like right now, I'm looking at some of the chats uh, on the iPad Mini, and we use that as a teleprompter when we record a video. So small tablets, from a point of view, we think that that's the best size as a tablet, right? As a normal user, it's a completely different product from the, let's say, the so-called Pro tablet, right? They want you to use the tablet for a long time, but actually, if you have a good laptop, right, you might use that one as a main tool for productivity or some other things, right? For a tablet, if you maintain a small size, it could be in your pocket, it could be in your backpack or anywhere, right? Read, watch movie, or even do even gaming, right? So that's the good thing about small tablets. If you love small tablet, stick with it, because it could be a really handy tool. Yeah, Aman, you brought up another good point. Yeah, Chinese is good at making phones, right? That's about the let's say the production line and the innovation in China, right? Uh, these Chinese brands are really pushing the phone industry forward, because they have the strength, they have the money, they have the factories to make good products, right? So, yeah. So another point to add to the smaller tablets category, um, we almost get our hands on most of the, let's say, tablets, right? So we will post the reviews on most of them at the very first, right? So yeah, if you love tablets, you can also head to geekwheels.com to make your purchase, because we think that tablet is also a tool to boost your productivity or enable you to do a lot of things, and they don't have much restriction in those the band, the carrier, or some of the let's say the notification issue you experience, right? Welcome, Ivy. Welcome to our live stream. So you been enjoying this live stream? You can share this link to your friends and then ask them to join this live stream next time. We try to do the live stream every week at let's say Friday at this time, right? Thank you. So why not? Thank you for your compliment. We also glad that you love our review. We try to do our best to put up the review as quick as possible and as unbiased as possible, right? So again, since we're talking about the tablets here, we also think that the OnePlus Pad is also a good buy, because OnePlus has been having a really good reputation about their products, and so as the OnePlus Pad. And this time we think the one thing that it can be a really good choice is that let's say the keyboard and the pen are really good, right? So the last gen is already very good, but this time we think the keyboard is very tactile. It feels great to type on it, and also the back panel on the OnePlus Pad is also very good, because it's magnetic, so it stacks on the back of the tablet very well, and also you have a magnetic keyboard to attach to this, just like an iPad. So overall, the keyboard from OnePlus is really good quality, right? And also you have a pen to go with the pad, so you can do a lot of let's say work on it. In our review, we talked about the pen is actually very minimal, almost as good as the let's say the Apple Pencil, right? So you can definitely do the drawing, do a lot of writing on it, and it can the stylus, the pen, can be also used as a controller, right? If you're presenting the PPT to some other people, and then there's a touch control, then you can there's a motor there, you can swing it and then you can change to the next slide. So definitely a handy tool. So overall, the OnePlus Pad with the keyboard and the pen are really good combo for productivity. And we post our question about the 7x5, 7x3, sorry. The ratio of this OnePlus Pad is actually for productivity, right? So there's some thoughts built into this. So if you want to have, let's say, very good experience in using a tablet, then OnePlus Pad Pro is definitely a good choice, right? So why not you share info about the OnePlus going to release the another foldable? Yeah, it's good news, right? You can definitely expect a good foldable from OnePlus. Then yeah. Yeah, Mr. XYZ, you brought up a really good point about the Google. Yeah, Huawei has been experiencing the is having a hard time uh, recovering from the Google ban, right? But Huawei has been routing its way differently, right? They are developing the HarmonyOS, right? And the next edition is called HarmonyOS Next, right? The system will be will be a lot like the iPhone, iOS, or a lot like iOS. They have a whole frame in to support each feature in the system, right? The apps or the apps will only be able to have the feature run their app by the authorization from the system. So, in the HarmonyOS Next, everything has been, let's say, been redesigned. So there might be chances that you can use HarmonyOS Next very well, right? And Huawei has been doing a lot in Europe, in Southeast Asia. So in those areas, you may have a really good system outside Google, right? So let's just put it that way. I cannot think of all the features of the HarmonyOS Next, but you can definitely wait for phones. There was a launch event, and then earlier, let's say 1 or 2 months ago, I think, they had another launch event to ask developers to develop an app for HarmonyOS Next. So, or TikTok, all the apps, they sign up for the program to optimize their app to HarmonyOS Next. So it has a really good developer base. So we're expecting the app to be optimized for HarmonyOS Next really soon, right? Even us, even Gizmo China, we wanted to sign up for the program to see if we can get our hands on the HarmonyOS Next, but it's not available right now. So yeah, but you don't need to worry about the optimization of the app because they will come soon. All right, guys. It has been over, let's say, over an hour in this live stream. We've been having a really good time talking to you about all the tech products, all the questions you have, and I hope you also enjoying this live stream. So we'll try our best to optimize or have better network next time, so you can enjoy the live stream better. So yeah, see you guys next week. Bye bye.